Khalsa Vajifataji. Welcome back to Coach Gurbani after a short break. This is Ravinder Singh joining you from Columbus. Today we take a leap to the Bani that we commonly sort of popularly call Kirtan Sola, although it's a good question to ask ourselves just why and how do we call it Kirtan Sola when in the Guru Granth Sahib it's Sir Lake is just Sola. But that'll be something to talk about. And this is, as you all know, it's a short prayer. It consists of 5 stanzas that are meant to be recited before retiring for the night. And so to me, it seems to suggest some sort of a transition from a state of wakefulness to slumber. So let's start by reading out the passage, the first passage. Do we have a volunteer to do that?
Yeah, I can read the passage.
Uh, Fair enough, Chetanti. Thank you.
Uh, सोहिला राग गौड़ी दीप की महला पहला एक ओंकार सतगुर प्रसाद जय कर कीरत आखिए करते का हुए विचारो तित कर गावो सोहिला सिवरियो सिरजनहारो तुम गावो मेरे निरपाओ का सोहिला हौ बारी जित सोहिलै सदा सुख होए रहाओ नित नित जीड़े संभालियन देखेगा देवनहार तेरे दाने कीमत ना पवै तिस दाते कमण सुमार संबत साहा लिखिया मिलकर पावो तेल देहो सज्जन असीसड़िया जो होवै साहिब स्यो मेल घर घर एहो पहुँचा सदड़े नित पवन सद्दनहारा सिमरिय नानक से दे अवन.
Thank you, Chetanti. Um, I don't know what the value is of reading an English rendering of this, but nonetheless, I'll read very quickly an English rendering of this that I many moons ago wrote. So let me begin with that. Uh, where praise is given and the Creator meditated upon, come hither and sing the ode of joy. Sing paeans to that fearless one. I'd offer myself up to hear that song of eternal bliss. The one whose watch sustains all creation will tend to us as well. Gifts beyond measure, we cannot keep count. The wedding day is fixed. Come anoint me and wish me union with the Maker of friends. The call goes out to everyone. No one is immune. Forever remember the one who summons. The day is sure to come. A short passage, and it seems to me that here Guru Nanak, the first stanza, he's using the analogy of a wedding ritual to prepare us for that final consummation, namely death. And transition to that other side is something that fills us with fear and anxiety, just as a young bride is likely to be filled with these emotions at the prospect of leaving her, her known world. But at the same time, we know that the bride is also full of anticipation at the prospect of a new life with her new husband. So, this is a curious mix of anxiety as well as anticipation. Um, and I think in this passage also is instruction on how to cope with the idea of death, which for us can be an opportunity of eternal life as well, if only we could grasp the moment. And so, what he's saying is that in Sangat, celebrate life, be mindful of the Creator who sustains all of us with gifts that are so numerous as to be beyond all reckoning, and to constantly meditate on that fearless one, and thus cultivate the quality of fearlessness in ourselves. Um, I want to just say a word about Sola. There seems to be some discussion on what the word sola itself means. Uh, I think I have come across two different meanings, and we can talk about this. One is that it refers to, there is Sohela and there is Sola. Sohela is comfortable. Sola refers to this Bani, and it refers to celebratory songs, songs of celebration that again are customarily sung during joyous occasions like a marriage. But at the same time, you know, songs of sadness are also sung. I mean, in Bani, there is this passage about Khoon ka sola gana. I think when the references to Babar. So I think it is a mix of joy as well as separation, sadness. It's a curious mix, it seems to me. And here, the thing is that the thing to remember, I think, in this passage is to be prepared as we get ready for the night. That's all I want to say, really. I want to really open up the discussion rather than continue on giving you my interpretation. I'll pipe in. So, with that said, let me just start with the roster here that I usually do. Chetandeep.
Uh, Hanji Virji, thank you for that interesting interpretation. Actually, when I read the passage, somehow I did not get any indication of this passage being related to death or song of sadness or transition to the other side. In fact, I don't know the entire, I mean, word by word meaning of the Shabad, but the feeling I get, the couple of lines that really stand out to me and relay the meaning to me. So I'm just going to share that. So one of the lines, uh, I see this Shabad as basically there is a huge party going on, right? As you said, a wedding ritual or a wedding party going on, and Guru Nanak is inviting us to that party, right? He's saying, and that invitation is existing at two levels. One is he's directly asking us to join in and say, "Tum gavo mere nirpao ka sohila," right? Sing the song of that one nirpao, nirpao as in one who is not under anyone's hukam. So Akal Purakh, like, come join me and sing the song of uh, Sohila. I think also is like, as you said, a celebration song, Khushi Da Geet. So he's asking us to join him in singing what the universe is already doing around us, right? And at the second level, the second last line is very telling to me. कार कार एहो पहुंचा सदड़े नित पवन, that every moment, nit is every moment, that every moment the creator is asking you to join. Pahcha is pahcha, I understand it as a message, as a chithi. So he's saying car car eho pahcha, like every car, you and me, like he's giving this message every moment. He's sadade nit pavan, like he's sending an invite, he's inviting you to join this universe in singing the song of this celebration or the creation that's going on. So to me, it's a very uh, Chardi Kala wala Shabad, and it's very, it's like, an invitation that is happening every moment, which is accessible to me right now. Instead of thinking of it as a death or other side, it's like Guru Nanak is inviting me that I can right now join that song, join him in uh, celebrating that party that's going on. And just thinking more on that, like I was actually reflecting on this while sitting outside on my son's class. Like I, at least the state I am in, and I was reflecting why I'm not able to join this invitation or what is stopping me from accepting his invitation. It's like somebody is inviting me to his or his party, and I'm simply not responding. How rude is that? And I'm like, what is stopping me? And by reflecting on that, what I felt was like I am so full of self. Like all my thoughts are all so self-centered. They're just like going around and round in cycles that I'm not even aware that I'm being extended this invitation. So these are some of the thoughts that came to my head on this Shabad.
Well, thank you, Chetan, for that very optimistic note. Uh, let's see what the others have to say. Kulwankor Panji, do you want to go next?
ਹਾਂਜੀ ਵੀਰ ਜੀ ਵਾਹਿ ਖਾਲਸਾ ਵਾਹਿ ਫਤਿਹ ਜੀ um yeah, I think what I think, like as you explained, that um this has a mix of feelings, mixed emotions, both anxiety and anticipation. And also, I really focus on the line like Sambat Saha Likya Milkar Pavotil, which means which. To me, it's like Sambat means, the time. Saha likhna, ਜਿਸ ਤਰ੍ਹਾਂ ਪੰਜਾਬੀ weddings ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਸਾਹਾ ਲਿਖਿਆ ਜਾਂਦਾ, the day is determined ਕਿ ਇਸ ਦਿਨ ਦੀ wedding ਹੈਗੀ ਹੈ. The same way, our end moment is already written. It's imminent, and no one is impervious or invincible. We have to me, it's like, Guru Sahib says, we have to constantly uh, remind ourselves that, you know, we all have to leave this world. So we need to give a perspective, or, to make our life more meaningful. This is what I think, but at the same time, I do not know why. I have a question too, that why we have to sing, read this Barney at bedtime. Why not, reminding ourselves all the time that, you know, the Saha is already likhya hoya hega. We have to leave this world. Why not, each and every moment, like Chetandeep said, why I'm not joining it, why we are not reminding ourselves that we have to leave this. So that's all I think right now. This is what I think at this moment. And
Okay.
you can give it to anyone else
Fair
further.
enough. Fair enough. Fair enough. Let's see now. Who do I have next in line here? Ripudaman. And by the way, just a note on why in the evening. I believe some of the older texts that describe the practice in Kartarpur does talk about Sola being recited after Sodar with with kirtan in the middle, which is one reason it might be called Kirtan Sola. But at least Sola is definitely mentioned. So maybe it's just a practice from the old days. Anji Ripudamansi.
Yeah, Vijay, that's my understanding as well. That because the Kirtan was recited in the middle, they started referring to the whole thing Kirtan and then Sohila, and somehow the Kirtan got dropped in the home observation of the same ritual. So that was my understanding. But anyway, Vijay, actually the discussion is very good in this round. I don't have much to add. The only question is maybe Sambat. What does Sambat mean in this context? I've read two meanings of it. One of the meanings actually is Dhyan also. So I wanted to find out what Sangat thinks about that.
Okay. All right. Well, Jeet Singh Vedji.
ਹਾਂਜੀ ਵੀਰ ਜੀ ਹਾਂਜੀ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ
Anji.
ਕਾ ਖਾਲਸਾ
Khalsa
ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ
Vaji
ਕੀ
Fateh.
ਫਤਿਹ so I think we start with why kirtan word was added to it originally. This is about doing kirti, and we normally think kirtan is only done on musical instruments. That's a wrong feeling. This is telling us how the Kirtan is to be done to attain the stage of Puran Brahm. The one who is telling us is himself a Puran Brahm. And he says, Ik Onkar Satgur Prasad, Jai Kari Kirti Akhiye, Karte Ka Hoi Bicharu. He says, this is how I did it. I took my mind and my buddhi, man buddhi, into my heart. Kar, Sihari na likhya. Jai Kari Kirat. You could only do the Kirti in your heart. It's never done with the, you say as we think we are doing it. It starts from there. Karte ka hoi bicharo. You have to be in oneness with your karta through the bichar. When you're reading Gurbani, you are constantly in Shabad bichar. And there are two entities, your inner consciousness and your outer consciousness are to be in contact with each other. The message is for outer consciousness and the inner consciousness is passing it. It has to be accepted. Titkar Gavo Sohila. Because the Gurbani came from those sources who has done this action themselves. If someone else like Gurangad wants to attain this stage, it's an instruction for him straight away. Sivroho Sirjan Haru. Sivro is the second form of the verb. You have to connect with him, Sirjan Haru. Sirjan Haru actually is Puran Brahm himself, who is creating the whole creation through Shabad. So Sirjan Haru, you can, they are not different to each other. They are different too. So Puran Brahm in a Shabad Roop is Sirjan Haru. But the one who is here is Rachan Haru. So these are the two stages of Brahm. So we have to attain a same stage as we had it before, Atit. We were also Sirjan Haro, but somehow we have become Rachan Haro, and let's go back to the stage of Sirjan Haro. Tum gavo mere nirpao ka sohila. This is then his instruction that you have to sing the praises, sohila, of that personality who is nirpao. So that's why we have nirpao nirvair in Mool Mantra, because it ultimately specifies the one. That is what our stage has to be in the end. तुम गावो मेरे नृपाओ का सोहला हों वारिजित सोहले सदा सुख हुई. So this sohila or this praise will take us to Sachkhand, Sada Sukh. So we will be constantly in state of oneness, and then we are merging the Shabad, our Surat into the Shabad. Then he starts with the purpose of the Sirjan Haro. What is he doing for us? Nit Nit Jiyade Samalian. We are all G's here. The Shabad Guru or Parmeshwar is looking after us. Dekhega. He's constantly watching. There is a constant hukam going on. Devan Har. He's giving us physical and spiritual needs, both, whatever we ask for. Tere danna keemat na pave, but they are priceless. Tis date, that data is Shabad Guru, Kavan Shumar. He's not number two. Shumar is from 1 to 2. Beshumar is only 1. So he's that Shumar who is just one in itself. He's trying to explain him. Sambat Saha Likhya. Now, Sambat Saha is the physical time. And if someone has read Dasam Granth Chopai to the end, it says Sambat Satrah Sahas Panijya Ardh Sahas Fonteen Kahijya. The word writing in itself means that this version is 1753. So Sambat is a physical time which we measure through Samvat calendars. Gurbani has used Sambat calendars always through Dasam Granth. And this Sambat is also the same word, which is a physical time. Sambat Saha means a death is to come. And before the death, Milkar Pavo Tel is let your mind, outer and inner consciousness get together and concentrate some tail through which you will burn the lamp. Deo Sajana Sisadiya, only give me those instructions so that I could be one with my inner self. Karkare ho pauncha, but I'm seeing that within this lifetime, people are coming and going. Before that last breath come in, Saddanahara Simriya, Nanak Siddhayavan, he says, you must be very careful. The time is short. You have a big job to do, so do it. And that's it. Vaheguru Ji ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji ki Fateh.
Hanji Meena Banji, I missed you. I think I didn't see you on my. Are you there?
Yeah, I'm here, but I'll be a
You'll
listener.
be a listener.
I'm just enjoying.
Okay. All right. So we've done our first round of observations from everybody. This is a short passage, I guess. I'm just going to do another round and see if people want to add anything else. I mean, Chetandeep, do you want to add anything further?
No, Virji, I don't have anything for this round.
Okay, Kulwant Kaur Panji, anything further to be added?
नहीं जी ठीक हैगा yeah I'm okay.
You're okay. Ripudaman?
No, thank you.
Okay, Bajwa Virji's in silent mode. Meena Panji's in silent mode. Gurjeet Virji just finished. Um, so it seems to me that we've kind of concluded the first passage. Unless somebody has any last minute observation or wishes to make a point, I don't have anything further to add or ask.
Hanji Virji. Means Sohila has been quite extensively defined in Gurbani itself. It has to be sung through the Sachi Bani. Sachi Bani Sache Gun Gave Titkar Sohila Hui Ram. So basically, you need a Sacha Shabad or Ved Mat or whatever. You need that sort of text to sing these praises. Nanak Titkar Sadhi Sohila Je Satgur Save Samai. So this is the real effect of Sohila, that we have to serve our Satgur first, and then Satgur has to merge back into the. So it's a two-stage process. I don't know whether anyone realized that. Firstly, mind has to get into the Satgur, and then Satgur get into the Shabad. So this is the whole
Hanji,
process.
theek hai ji. Thank you, ji. All right, I guess I'm giving you some time back today to reflect on the second Shabad next week. Thank you very much. Waheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Waheguru Ji Ki Fateh.